when you're working in this drill, right, what I'm observing is that although you're staying relatively close to administer whatever needs to administer, your distance remains almost constant. You're not working on closing in and all that stuff. Realize this. From here, people say, well, you know, I'm not as safe here. Well, it goes both ways. You're not as safe at this distance either. Okay? At this distance, am I safe? Relatively. So are you. Okay? Again, we're at the point where we already got into, this is not pre-fight, this is not post-fight, this is not stalking moment. Right? This is a fight, something already been thrown my way and all that stuff. And if I create that distance for a moment there, I created so-called safe distance. But again, that safety goes both ways. You are safe as well. Okay? And what dictates most people doing that, besides of training methodology and, you know, whatever system, style, or method dictates that they have to do, it's fear. Again, we're very introverted because something is being thrown at us and we see it for what we see something that it isn't. Again, you see the hand coming towards you and you go, it's a punch. No, it's a movement. If you get it in your head that it's a movement and it only becomes a punch when it connects, up to that point, it's a movement going from point A to whatever point its ending point, intended ending point is. But if you're already looking at it, projecting forward that, oh shit, it's gonna hit me in the face, you will cower and create that distance, making your opponent safe. Okay? That's one of the purposes at the beginning when we're working on these attributes, to work slow. That way you can, in your own head, to realize that this is a movement, okay? And get yourself in close. Realize that when I'm staying far out, do I have angles for uppercuts? Do I have angles for hooks? I don't. I can only work with you pretty much in a linear fashion. Yeah, maybe I have something with my feet there or whatnot. But once I'm staying close, okay, I have elbows. I have angles that you're not gonna have from longer distance. So again, because of fear and or training methodology, we're keeping ourselves at a distance that cuts at least in half our own opportunities to do something to opponent. Make sense? Again, so as you work, right? Notice my distance is changing. I'm very often jamming him in. Okay? Yeah, people will say, well, that's slow. It doesn't matter. It comes faster, right? I can work with stuff and I can do stuff. That's how you make your fights not faster in the sense that you're increasing your speed. As I explained to you earlier, speed changes because of closer proximity. At the same speed, it's going to take longer for this to get from here to here than if I already have this here. Right? Basic physics, right? It's not martial art, it's a basic freaking science. Okay? The closer I am, the faster I'm going to be able to get to the target at the same speed, or even if I work slow. But the problem is, again, we're creating that distance because of fear.
Rather than just seeing it for what it is.
Yeah, see it for what it is. Again, it's easier said than done. You cannot just sit on the couch and make that decision. Well, you know, I'm going to decide I'm no longer afraid. No, how are you going to decide you're no longer afraid? You're going to start working slow and sometimes get punched. And sometimes get a little bit harder, right? Boom, big deal, right? And then when you no longer fear it, okay, you'll be able to work closer and do things. And as I said, as we discussed in previous classes, right? Then gradually, because you develop that acceptance, that simple attitude, you're actually going to see everything that comes your way as your own targets. You're not only going to be deflecting it or blocking it or whatever, you're actually going to be looking how to destroy it, how to hurt it. Okay. Also at the distance, do you have elbows?
No.
Do you have knees? You don't. These are some very powerful weapons that you can only utilize and use when you are close enough. Right? Same with knees. Working in whichever way. Correct? Yeah. So again, slow down your work, get the attribute of not being afraid. Big deal. Boom, 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 right? You start slowly, just like anything else. Any skill, you start developing it slowly. Yeah. With gradual pressure, gradual pain increase, stress increase, and you start accepting it. Good?